Okay. Just want to go through the families again, maybe just help you one more time. Remember, as we go through these guys, looking at 0, 90, 180, 270, all the way around be 360. This is pi over 2, grading measurement of pi. 3 pi over 2, 0, and 2 pi. Okay? Now these are the ones, the 90s, you really can't draw a triangle, you just need to know. My x up here is 0, my y is 1. Over here, your x is -1, your y is 0. Down here, your x is 0, your y is -1. And then finally over here, your x is 1, and your y is 0. On Friday, when you have the assessment, you're not gonna have to draw this thing out, okay? But you will have to find specific x and y coordinates for a particular angle, and then give me the sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, cotangent. Now, some students systematically do the circle right away. It takes them 3 or 4 minutes. Then you can just look in the circle the whole time and do the quiz. That makes sense? The other option is to do one at a time. So you'll see as you take the practice on Thursday. Probably give it to you on Wednesday. You know we got short classes again on Tuesday and Wednesday. So 13.3, 13.4 quiz will be Friday. Okay? So basically we're gonna start reviewing tomorrow. Short class Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is a full class of review, and you'll be ready for the quiz on Friday. I'll give you the practice as we normally do. We're getting down there, folks. There's only like 3 weeks left, right? Remember, you got to pass the 4th 9 weeks or the exam. Don't want to be hanging on. We'll have another quiz over 13.5, 13.6, and we're looking at the end of the year. Okay? So, all right. Next one I would go to would be the 45, of course. Remember those reference angles right back to the x-axis would be 45 down. 45 down to the x-axis makes that 135. 225 up to that x-axis makes that a 45. 315 here back up to the x-axis. All right, radian measurement. All these are going to be over 4, pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4. This is our 45, so we're always going to end up with the square root of 2 over 2, square root of 2 over 2. Quadrant over here is going to be negative square root of 2 over 2, positive square root of 2 over 2. Down here, both negatives. Finish up over here, your x is positive, square root of 2 over 2, and your y is negative. And here's your second group. Hopefully you're starting to pick up on this, you've seen it enough, you're messing around with it a little bit, and you've at least maybe tried to redo it once or twice. 30, reference angle, 30 down. Reference angle here would be a 30, would be 150. Reference angle here is 210, be a 30 up to the, and of course over here is 330. Radian measurement of 30 degree, pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6. Our triangle, the hypotenuse is 1, of course. The long part will be your x, which is going to be the square root of 3 over 2. The y part is the short half. Over here, we're looking at negative square root of 3 over 2, positive half. Here we're looking at negative square root of 3 over 2, negative half. And of course, over here is positive square root of 3 over 2 and negative half for your y value at 330. We're down to the last one, 60. Reference angle down, 120, 240, and the bowler's perfect game, 300. Radian measurement, pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3. All right, here your x is the short side, so it's going to be 1/2. Your y, square root of 3 over 2. Over here, your x is going to be -1/2. Your y positive square root of 3 over 2. Down here, we're looking at -1/2. Negative square root of 3 over 2. And right here, we're looking at positive square root of 3 over 2 and -1/2 as coordinates. Remember, they're both positive here, both negative here, negative positive here, positive negative here. Your sine of any of these angles is your y value. Because it's over 1, your cosine of any of these angles is your x value. Your tangent of any of these angles is your y divided by your x. And then you have cosecant and cotangent. How are we doing there? Everybody good? Again, I'm gonna post this online, on the video, so whatever it takes. All right. Inverse. Today, grab your calculators, and we are going to be, this section is really about find angles, or finding angles. We're going to be finding angles today. And we're going to give you a trig value, and to find an angle, you'll be using your calculator today. This is one time you're going to need it a lot, okay? Your calculator has an inverse. So it'll look like the second function on your sine, which would be sine inverse. You're going to use this to find the angle. We'll also go with arc. So you could say arc sine, that's the same thing, arc cosine. If you see arc in front of it, that means find the angle. Okay? Find the angle that has this as its sine. Find the angle that has this as its cosine. Make sense, everybody? Okay, today you're just going to grab your calculator, and let's see if we can do a couple. This is just the math behind it. Okay? This is Marine's inverse sine. So scoop up the old calculator, and let's try to get this first guy right here. So we're going to be able to find the angle that has the square root of 3 over 2. So I'll make sure you put this in right. So square root of 3, close that little bracket, divided by 2. Again, you must be in what mode? Degrees. So cosine is what? Of a square root of 3 over 2. What angle is it? 30-degree angle. Let's take a look and see if we can confirm that by our math that we've been doing. 30-degree angle. Our cosine is our x value. So when is my x? The square root of 3 over 2. Well, this is my x distance right here. Change that color so we can see it a little bit. That is my x distance, isn't it? This is the 30. This is the 60. And yes, that is the square root of 3 over 2. Does that make sense to you all why that's a 30-degree angle? Okay? Now, find all the possible values. Now, your calculator is going to give you only one, and there is a second one. Where else is x positive? What other quadrant is x positive? Straight down. Okay? So our other angle that's going to also have a positive square root of 3 over 2 is going to be what? Has to be in the same family. And what is the angle down in that quadrant that is the 30 family? 330 degrees. Also, so there are two. Your calculator will give you the first one. Your second one you're going to have to think about. You're going to have to get. How do you get that? Well, this is the only other spot x is positive, which is in that quadrant. Now, the second angle will always be in the same family. So So if you think it's a 45, you're wrong, you know, it has to be in the same family. So your only possibilities were what? 150 and 210. Now, but the difference here is my x here is what? It's negative here. Here it's both times are positive, hence that's why 330 is. Does that make sense to you? I hope it is. Find them. So the first one, real quick in your calculator, boom, 45, okay? So we know our first one is 45. What would that be in radian measurement? Anyone? 45 is what? Pi over 4. Okay. Tangent is unique. There's our 45. Tangent is your y value divided by your x. So it has to be in the 45 family, but we're looking for where it is negative or positive. I'm sorry. Where's that going to be? Well, it's either going to be 135, 225, or 315. Where else is the tangent's a little bit unique? Where else is the tangent going to be positive at? Got a one third chance of guessing. Right down here, it's negative, negative. So it'd be y is negative divided by negative gives me a positive. So it is 225 is your second one. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. 225 is what radian measurement? Anyone?
Five pi over 4.
That is correct. 5 pi over 4. Now, in your book, it'll say find the values between 0 and 2 pi. That's just one circle, okay? Or 360 degrees. You don't need to worry about this part, defining it. There's the directions might ask you to define over a certain area. Don't worry about that. Just do what I'm telling you here. Find the other angle given that area. That the x is positive or the x is negative or the y. Tangent's a little bit different, okay? So this is how it kind of breaks down. And again, on the homework tonight, don't worry about this stuff. You'll see this stuff, don't worry about it, okay? I'm not concerned about that part of it, okay? Your sign is going to be positive here. This is your y value, right? Okay, and negative here. The second positive is over here, and the second negative is here. So that's what sine is. Your cosine is your x value. Your x is positive here, and positive here. Your tangent is positive here, and it's positive here, which we just discovered, negative here and negative here. There's your quadrants for your sine, cosine, and tangent. Remember, your sine is the y value. Your cosine is the x value. Your tangent is your y divided by your x. So the book might restrict your quadrants, and that's fine. Again, don't get hung up on that. See if you can find your angles, and we'll talk about it some more tomorrow. Is that clear, everybody? Everybody good here that wants it? A couple people still jotting the note down. It looks like just a wonderful sunshiny day out, doesn't it? I think it's gonna rain all day long.
It's supposed to rain.
How about April? April showers bring May flowers, but looks like we're gonna have a rainy May this week. May week. All right, there's us explaining the inverse, kind of what I just showed you in the circles, but that's the mathematical part of it. Again, this part, as I explained, I'm not concerned that you get that right now, okay? Don't worry about those where they define that up. All right, here you go. Find them. So the one's gonna be pretty easy, the first one. Make sure you use it, put it in your calculator correctly. Cosine is what value? Our x value, right? Okay, let's think about where x is negative at. Okay, x is gonna be negative where at? X is negative here, and x is negative here. So my first one might be over here somewhere. Where's it? What is it? 150. Okay. So 150 degrees is my first one. Okay, and radian measurement of 150 is? Radian measurement of 150?
5 pi over 6.
It is 5 pi over 6. Okay, so those of you still struggling to find that other one, we're going to draw that line to 150 right here. Of course, it's my x value. Where else is x negative? Right here. And what would that angle be? If that's 150, this is a 30. Another 30, this is going to be in the same family. 210 is my second one. Get the idea? Has to be x. The x value where it's negative. 210 radian measurement. Anyone?
6 pi over 7.
7 pi over 6. Woohoo! Now this is fun, isn't it? Yes, sir, right? Find them, find them, find them. Find them, baby. Sine is which one? Y. Okay? So it's my Y value. Where is my Y is going to be negative at? Well, down in this quadrant here, right? And right here. What's this guy telling you? The first one is what?
45.
What's it say?
45.
I think it's negative 45, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's negative 45, which is also negative pi over 4. That's fine. Not to be confused, this would also be positive 315. Okay, so it's okay. We're looking at 45 negative here or positive 315. But your calculator is going to give it to you as negative 45. Where's my other one going to be? Right down in here, isn't it? There's my other negative y value. So y is negative. What's that same family right there going to be? $225, isn't it? So 225 is your second one. Radian measurement of 225. 5 pi over 4. How are we doing? Everybody okay? Now, take it up just a step. Sine of 0.4. Sine. First one's pretty easy. Grab the calculator. Enter sine 0.4. Somebody tell me. And we'll round it up. 24 degrees is fine with me. Okay, now I'm going to trace that 24 out where it's at approximately right about here. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay? Sine's what value, x or y? Y. So that's this distance right here. Here's my y distance. Where else is y positive at? Right over here. Okay? So that distance and that distance are the same. They're 0.4. How do I figure out what this angle is then? Well, I have a central angle here at 24, so really this would be 24, right? And this is 180, so how do I get back up to there? I'm just gonna take 180 and do what? Subtract 24. So what is it about 156? What is it about 156? It also has a sign of what? 0.4. It has a y value of 0.4, positive 0.4. Makes sense? So what's the deal with this one? It's not one of our special 16, but it's still okay, we can still find it. What angle has the cosine of 0.60? Let's round it, what'd you say? What'd you say?
I think it's 53.1.
Anybody else close to that? I think that's it. All right, 53, and let's make it 54, is that all right, everybody? 54. Cosine is what value? My x. So this is 54. Where else is x positive? X is positive straight down here. Anybody? What'd you say?
324.
Not quite. You're in the right direction though. Wouldn't it be 306? This is 54. This would be 360, right, all the way around. 306 is your other angle that has what? X value at what? 0.6. How we doing? Hanging in there? That's it. Couple problems knock out. Tomorrow we'll start reviewing a little bit for the assessment, which will be this Friday. Yay.